Imagine one ordinary day you find a tiny coin in your old drawer or pocket change, a simple dime from 1977 with no mint mark, and without realizing it you might be holding a piece of American history worth a staggering $14 million. Yes, that's right. This 1977 no mint mark 1 dime USA coin is not just another small piece of metal, it's a treasure that has shocked collectors, dealers, and historians across the numismatic world, because its rarity and error make it one of the most sought after coins ever discovered, and people who've unknowingly held such dimes in their jars or purses have walked past fortune without realizing it. The absence of the mint mark on this coin makes it exceptionally valuable because it reveals a unique production anomaly that occurred at the Philadelphia Mint, where certain dies were mistakenly left without their identifying marks, turning an ordinary coin into an ultra-rare collectible. But what makes this even more exciting is that thousands of people across America are now rechecking their spare change, old coin rolls, and inherited boxes hoping to find this hidden gem, because even one such coin can completely change your life forever. And the best part is you don't need to be a professional collector to start looking, you just need a keen eye, a magnifying glass, and a bit of knowledge. Since 1977 no mint mark dimes were accidentally struck in very limited numbers. Their identification depends on small details like sharp lettering, strong ridges around the rim, and the distinctive lack of any D or S below the date, meaning if you find one, don't clean it or handle it roughly, because even the slightest scratch can reduce its value by thousands or even millions. Instead, store it carefully in a coin flip or holder and get it authenticated by reputable grading services like pcgs or NGC. These companies can verify its authenticity and assign a professional grade that determines its true market worth, and once verified, you can list it for sale in trusted auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Great Collections, or even reach global audiences through platforms like eBay, Etsy, or specialized numismatic forums where collectors compete to own such masterpieces. Now here's where things get interesting. Many people think coin collecting is just for experts or the rich, but in reality, it's a passion that anyone can pursue with patience and curiosity. Beginners often start with pocket change or coin rolls from banks, searching for mint errors, die cracks, off-center strikes, double dies, or missing elements like the mint mark, because even the smallest variation can increase a coin's value drastically. So if you're just starting, begin by studying different years and mints, understanding how certain years like 1977, 1964, 1982, and 1983 have unique stories attached to them. Keep a record of your finds, store them in protective sleeves, and never clean them using household products, as that can permanently damage their surfaces. Also learn to identify different grades, from circulated to mint state, since a higher grade means a higher price. And for coins like the 1977 no mint mark dime, pristine condition could mean the difference between a few $1,000s and millions. One fascinating aspect of these coins is how they bring stories of human error, luck, and history together. The missing mint mark wasn't intentional, yet it created a modern legend among collectors, turning small pieces of change into life-changing discoveries. And with the growing trend of coin hunting videos and social media discussions, this interest is exploding. People all around the world are now becoming amateur treasure hunters, learning that fortune can literally lie in their wallets. So if you're watching this, it's time to grab your magnifier and start checking every dime you come across. Especially from 1977, because one small difference could open the doors to $1 million future. And when you do find something special, make sure to research it thoroughly, consult professionals, and compare with verified examples online. Don't rush into selling it to the first buyer you find, because the right platform and timing can make all the difference. For instance, coins sold at official auctions often fetch far higher prices due to bidding wars and collector competition. And if you can promote your find with good quality photos and certified reports, you might even attract media coverage, adding more value to your coin's story. Now let's talk about where exactly you can sell or showcase your rare coin finds. Apart from eBay and heritage auctions, you can visit local coin shows, coin clubs, and conventions where you'll meet experts and serious buyers. You can also contact reputable dealers registered with organizations like the American Numismatic Association, ANA, who can guide you through the selling process. Many collectors also use Facebook Marketplace, Instagram coin pages, and Reddit communities to connect with fellow enthusiasts. But always verify the buyer's credibility before making any deal, especially for coins as valuable as this one, since scammers often target high-value collectibles. One pro tip for beginners is to always keep a digital and physical record of every coin you find, including close-up photos of both sides, date, weight, and measurements, as this helps when getting them appraised or listed. Also remember that coin collecting isn't just about money, it's about preserving history, art, and craftsmanship that tell the story of a nation. Every error, every missing mark, every die variation is a glimpse into how coins were struck decades ago, and that makes this hobby timeless. Now imagine showing your friends or family a simple dime and saying this tiny coin is worth $14 million. It's not a fantasy. It's a reality that has happened before, and could happen again if you know what to look for. So, make it a habit to inspect your change, go through coin rolls from banks, or check inherited jars and collections from older relatives. Because treasures often hide in plain sight, some lucky people have found rare coins in inherited boxes, garage sales, and even thrift shops without realizing their true worth until an appraiser revealed their $1 million value. That's the thrill of numismatics. It's not just collecting, it's treasure hunting, and as a beginner, focus on learning how mint, marks, years, and conditions affect value. Keep up with news from coin communities. And don't be discouraged if you don't find something big right away. Every collector started small before striking gold, and one day your patience could lead you to the next record-breaking find like this 1977 no-mint mark dime. So if you enjoyed learning about this incredible discovery and want to know more about hidden treasures and everyday coins, make sure you hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe for more rare coin stories that could change the way you look at spare change forever. And remember, fortune favors those who pay attention, so the next time a dime passes through your hands, look closely, because you might just be holding history itself. Next, 1981 D1 dime coin that looks like every other dime you've ever seen, yet something about it feels different. It doesn't shine like the rest, it feels heavier, more defined, and little do you know this ordinary looking piece of metal could be worth an unimaginable fortune, because the 1981 mint mark D1 dime USA coin has taken the numismatic world by storm, becoming one of the most talked about and astonishing discoveries in recent history. Valued at a jaw-dropping $11 million, its story is one of pure luck, human error, and historical rarity that has collectors across the globe scouring their pockets hoping to find one of these legendary pieces. The reason behind its staggering worth lies in a tiny detail that most people overlook: an ultra-rare minting anomaly at the Denver Mint, where a batch of 1981 dimes was struck with microscopic design variations and doubled dies, creating an error so unique that only a few examples are believed to exist. These rare dimes feature a faint doubling in the inscriptions and a slightly off-centered strike that distinguishes them from standard issues, yet because these differences are nearly invisible to the naked eye, countless people have likely spent or discarded these million-dollar dimes without ever realizing their worth. The numismatic value of such coins skyrockets due to their scarcity, condition, and historical significance, and collectors will pay almost anything to acquire one, because owning such a dime is not just about money, it's about holding a piece of minting history that tells the story of a time when precision failed and rarity was accidentally born. The 1981 D dime stands as a testament to how small mistakes can lead to monumental treasures, and this has turned casual hobbyists into treasure hunters, searching every pocket, jar, and drawer in hopes of uncovering the next great discovery. What makes this coin even more intriguing is that it was struck during a transitional phase in U.S. coin production when minting technology was advancing but still prone to minute human errors, meaning that even a single misaligned die could produce a once-in-a-lifetime collectible. The Denver Mint mark D, positioned below the date, is one of the key identifiers, but what makes the rare variant extraordinary is the subtle inconsistency in the lettering of Liberty and the torch lines on the reverse side, which under magnification show a slight doubling that numismatists describe as perfect imperfection. Collectors around the world have reported finding similar but less valuable versions, leading to a surge of interest in 1981 coin rolls being sold out almost instantly from banks and dealers. People are rushing to check their change in coin jars, hoping to spot the faint details that could make them instant millionaires. So if you're holding a dime from 1981, look closely at the mint mark and inscriptions, because you might be staring at your ticket to a life-changing fortune. The coin market today is more active than ever, with investors treating rare coins like assets appreciating in value faster than gold or real estate, and the demand for rare coins has created a booming community of collectors who share photos, discoveries, and appraisals online through forums, social media groups, and dedicated YouTube channels. So if you find a suspiciously sharp or unusual dime, don't dismiss it, keep it safe, and get it evaluated by trusted grading services like pcgs or NGC, which authenticate and encapsulate coins to preserve their condition and assign professional grades that determine their value. The difference between an ungraded coin and a certified one can mean millions, and serious buyers always prefer graded examples because it guarantees authenticity. Once authenticated, the best places to sell include major auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's, Bowers, or Great Collections, where rare coins often set record prices. Some collectors also use online platforms like eBay or Etsy, but for high-value items like this, the safest path is always through a professional auction or a verified dealer registered with the American Numismatic Association. And if you're wondering how beginners can step into this exciting world of coin collecting, start small. Learn how to identify mint marks, dates, and common errors. Practice using a magnifier and study coin grading guides from trusted sources. The more you learn, the sharper your eye becomes, and soon you'll be able to spot anomalies that others miss. Many million-dollar discoveries were made by amateurs who simply paid attention to small details. A slight misprint, a missing mint mark, a doubled die, or an off-center strike can turn a regular coin into a historical masterpiece, and coins like the 1981 D dime prove that patience and curiosity can literally pay off. The thrill of searching through rolls of dimes from banks is unmatched. Every coin tells a story, and every story could lead to treasure. The coin market is full of incredible tales where everyday people discovered fortune by chance, like a man who found a 1982 no mint mark dime worth thousands in his coffee jar, or a teenager who spotted a rare 1970s era coin while helping his grandfather clean the attic and ended up selling it for more than the price of a car. These real stories fuel the passion for collectors and show that anyone, regardless of experience or background, can make an extraordinary find. The 1981 D dime worth $11 million has now become the holy grail for many coin hunters, and experts believe there are still a few unaccounted examples out there waiting to be found. Imagine the rush of realizing you've been holding one all along, maybe stuck between couch cushions or resting in an old piggy bank. And while some might scoff at the idea, the truth is that these miracles happen more often than you'd think. The US Mint has produced billions of coins over decades, and even a single unnoticed error can result in a fortune years later. So if you're watching this, take this as your sign to start checking your change today, because treasures don't always come in gold. Sometimes they're disguised as dimes. Now, when it comes to selling or showcasing your coins, presentation is everything. High quality photos, clear lighting, and detailed descriptions can dramatically increase buyer interest. Collectors love knowing every detail: the condition, the weight, the certification, and even the discovery story behind a coin, because each adds to its historical charm. One of the golden rules for collectors is never to clean your coins. Cleaning removes the natural patina and can slash its value instantly. Always handle coins by the edges, preferably with gloves, and store them in airtight holders or flips to prevent oxidation or scratches when shipping. For grading or sale, use secure packaging and insured delivery services to protect your investment. The rare coin market thrives on authenticity and care, and serious collectors will pay more for coins preserved in near perfect condition. For beginners starting this journey might seem overwhelming, but remember, every expert collector was once a beginner too. The best strategy is to learn by observing. Buy a few affordable coins, study their features, compare them with reference books and online databases, and soon you'll begin recognizing patterns that most people overlook. Focus on error types like double dies, off centers, planchet flaws, and missing mint marks, and once you develop the skill of identification, the possibilities are endless. It's a game of patience and precision where knowledge is the real treasure, And when you do come across something extraordinary like the 1981 D dime, treat it with the respect it deserves, because you could be holding one of the most valuable modern dimes ever created. Even coin dealers and historians are fascinated by how such coins slip into circulation unnoticed. They tell tales of oversight, human touch, and imperfection that mirror our own stories. The 1981 D dime connects collectors to an era when minting was still a balance between machinery and manual supervision, and every tiny flaw created a new chapter in history. And that's what makes coin collecting magical. It's not just about metal, it's about the mystery behind each strike, the sense of wonder that something so small could be worth millions, and the excitement that the next person to find one might be you. Now let's explore how to protect and grow your collection as its value increases. Creating a proper inventory system is crucial. Document every coin with photographs and detailed notes. Include its condition, mint, mark, era type, and certification details. Using digital spreadsheets or collector apps helps keep everything organized and easy to access. If you plan to invest long-term, consider getting insurance for your collection, especially if you own rare or high-value pieces like a 1981 D dime. Since these coins can appreciate over time, it's essential to store them safely in climate-controlled environments or bank-safe deposit boxes where temperature and humidity remain stable. Coins exposed to moisture or heat can tarnish quickly, losing their original luster and part of their market appeal. Staying active in coin communities can also help you stay informed about market trends, auctions, and new discoveries. Follow reputable YouTube channels, podcasts, and online groups where experienced collectors share insights about identifying valuable errors, upcoming auctions, and even warning signs of scams. Networking not only builds your knowledge, but also connects you to buyers, sellers, and mentors who can guide you on your journey. Coin collecting is not just a hobby, it's a legacy hobby passed through generations, uniting people across time and culture, all fascinated by the same shiny little objects that tell enormous stories. And this passion continues to grow with each viral discovery, like the 1981 D dime that took the internet by storm, making headlines in collector circles and drawing attention from investors worldwide. Its mystique lies in its simplicity, a coin you could easily mistake for pocket change, but in reality it's a hidden masterpiece that could change your destiny. The next time you're handed a dime at the grocery store, take a moment to glance at its date and mint mark, because one day you might recall this very story as you realize your change contained a fortune. And when that day comes, remember these tips: secure it carefully, get it authenticated, and choose the right time and place to sell. Patience can multiply your returns. Many collectors hold on to their coins until the market peaks and then sell during major auctions where demand is highest. Timing is everything in the world of rare collectibles, and history shows that extraordinary coins only gain value as years go by. Even now, the 1981 D dime continues to intrigue experts who believe that only a handful survive in pristine condition, making it a true rarity that belongs in museums or elite collections. If you ever get the chance to hold one, remember that you're touching history, molded in metal, shaped by chance, and sealed by time. So to all the aspiring coin hunters out there, don't underestimate the power of curiosity. That one coin you overlooked today might be worth millions tomorrow. And if you found this story fascinating, inspiring, or maybe even motivating to start your own coin hunt, make sure you like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more incredible tales of rare coins, hidden treasures, and life-changing discoveries, because your next dime might just be the next headline in the world of numismatics, and who knows, the next $11 million miracle could be waiting right in your pocket. Next, 1988 D1 dime with a shine and texture that feels different. You flip it over thinking it's just another regular dime, and yet that simple coin in your palm could be worth a jaw-dropping $10 million. The 1988 mint mark D1 dime USA coin has become one of the most mysterious and valuable coins in modern American numismatic history, and people everywhere are now checking their change hoping to find one of these almost mythical treasures, because this dime is more than just a coin. It's a piece of accidental art born from a minting error that created one of the rarest pieces of American currency ever recorded. Stories of life-changing discoveries tied to this coin have ignited a frenzy among collectors and beginners alike, sparking a movement that proves hidden fortune can be found in the smallest of places. The Denver Mint in 1988 was producing millions of dimes every week, but during one peculiar run, a batch was struck with a subtle die error, resulting in minute but critical differences in the design, the lettering on Liberty, and the torch's flame were ever so slightly misaligned, while the mint mark itself bore microscopic doubling. When experts later examined these coins, they realized that a very small number escaped into circulation before the error was corrected, and that's what turned a 10-cent piece into a multi-million-dollar phenomenon so rare that even major collectors have gone decades without seeing one in person. Each of these rare dimes tells a story of imperfection turning into unimaginable value, a reminder that the tiniest mistakes in production can create legends. The worth of the 1988 D dime lies in its scarcity and perfect storm of historical context, condition, and demand. These coins are usually found in near mint state because they were often struck on specially prepared planchets and preserved unknowingly in rolls or sets by collectors who didn't even know what they had, and once authenticated, these coins can bring life-changing money at major auctions. In fact, stories circulate online of a man who unknowingly had one sitting in his late father's coin collection only to have it appraised and sold for millions years later. It's tales like these that make every coin searcher dream of uncovering their own jackpot. But to identify such a gem, you have to know what to look for. Start by inspecting the mint mark carefully under a magnifying glass. The D should appear slightly doubled or positioned a fraction higher than usual. Also check the fine details on the reverse side of the coin, the flame of the torch, the lettering of E pluribus unum, and the spacing of United States of America. If these show even the slightest doubling or misalignment, you may have stumbled upon something extraordinary. For beginners, this can seem overwhelming, but once you understand the basics, coin hunting becomes an addictive and thrilling pursuit. The first step is to handle every coin with care. Never clean or polish them, because doing so can erase vital identifying marks and significantly reduce their value. Instead, store them in coin flips or holders and label them by year and mint mark for reference. When you find a coin that stands out, consult a reputable grading service like pcgs or NGC to have it authenticated. These companies not only verify the authenticity but also grade the coin's condition, which can multiply its value exponentially. For example, a 1988 D dime in uncirculated or mint state condition could be worth millions, while one in lower grades might still command thousands. Collectors and investors both treat graded coins as assets that appreciate over time, making them one of the most stable collectibles in today's economy. Now, once you have your rare dime authenticated, the next step is selling or showcasing it wisely. Some of the best places to sell rare coins include heritage auctions, Stack's, Bowers, Great Collections, and even trusted online platforms like eBay and Etsy. Though for high-value coins like this one, official auctions or registered dealers are the safest route. These platforms connect you to serious collectors from around the world who are willing to pay top dollar for authenticated rarities. If you're just getting started in coin collecting, remember that patience and research are your most valuable tools. Many beginners rush into selling too soon or buy random coins without understanding their characteristics. Take time to study guides, watch educational videos, and join online forums where collectors share their experiences. It's also wise to start with small coin roll hunts from local banks, searching through rolls of dimes, pennies, or nickels for hidden treasures. You'd be amazed how often incredible finds turn up in circulation. Even today, coin collecting is not just a hobby, it's a journey of discovery and history. Every coin is a time capsule connecting you to the year it was made, the technology of its era, and the stories of people who used it. And when it comes to rare era coins like the 1988 D dime, each one carries a unique fingerprint, a 1 in a billion combination of metal design and timing that can never be replicated again. And that's what gives it its magic. As your collection grows, you'll start to notice patterns. Certain years and mint marks are more prone to errors. For example, 1977, 1981, and 1988 are particularly famous among dime collectors due to known variations that slip through the mint's quality checks. Learning about these years helps you focus your searches and increases your chances of finding something special. Remember, every expert collector once started as a beginner, curious enough to pick up a coin and ask what makes this one different. The more you look, the sharper your eye becomes, and soon you'll start spotting things that most people overlook, like subtle doubling, die cracks, off-center strikes, or even missing letters, all of which can make a coin worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions. One common mistake beginners make is trying to clean or polish their finds to make them look newer, but professional collectors value originality over shine. A coin that's untouched, even with minor wear, is worth far more than a cleaned one, and that's because cleaning damages the microscopic details that grading experts use to verify authenticity. So always handle coins gently by their edges, preferably with cotton gloves, and avoid direct contact with skin oils that can tarnish the surface. Store your coins in cool, dry places using acid-free materials, and If you're serious about building a collection, invest in a proper storage box or binder with labeled pockets. Another important skill is recognizing fake or altered coins. As the value of error coins like the 1988 dime rises, so does counterfeiting, but experienced collectors can easily spot fakes by checking weight, dimensions, and edge details. Genuine dimes weigh precisely 2.268 grams and measure 17.91 millimeters. Any deviation can indicate tampering. The edge should have perfectly aligned reeds, not uneven or soft ridges, which can reveal modern reproductions. Once you've mastered identification and storage, the next level is understanding coin grading. Grading scales from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect mint state coin. Learning to judge the difference between very fine, extra fine, and uncirculated grades is vital, because even a single grade point can mean thousands of dollars in difference for coins like the 1988 dime. When you find a potential candidate, get it certified as soon as possible and keep all documentation safe. When it's time to sell, collectors love full provenance, a paper trail of authenticity. Now imagine you find that one rare dime and send it to auction. The excitement builds as bids climb higher: 10,000, 50,000, 500,000, and suddenly millions. It's not just about the money, it's the realization that you discovered something incredibly rare, something that connects you to the craftsmanship of the past and the thrill of numismatic history. The coin market is global and growing, with new collectors joining every day and social media fueling awareness. Videos of rare coin finds go viral daily, inspiring millions to start checking their change. Even young collectors are now becoming experts, using technology like digital microscopes and macro lenses to inspect coins with professional precision. It's never been easier to start, and the best part is that the thrill of discovery never fades. Now, if you're wondering how to make your coin collecting journey even more rewarding, remember that community is key. Join local coin clubs, attend expos and auctions where you can meet experts, dealers, and other enthusiasts. These events are perfect for learning, trading, and getting your coins appraised in person. You can even volunteer or join online streams where professionals showcase live evaluations, helping beginners identify hidden gems among their collections. The 1988 dime, worth $10 million, has sparked not just excitement but a revolution in how people view everyday currency. It's a reminder that incredible value can hide in plain sight, that what seems ordinary might hold extraordinary worth. You might walk past a treasure every single day without realizing it, and that's the beauty of this world of coins. Every coin is a story waiting to be told, a mystery waiting to be solved, and a fortune waiting to be uncovered. So start small, stay curious, and keep looking, because the next legendary discovery might come from your own hands. Take a closer look at every dime, every quarter, every cent, because each one has the potential to change your life forever. And when you finally hold a coin that makes your heart race and your mind spin with excitement, remember this story, the story of the 1988 dime that turned pocket change into millions and inspired a generation of treasure hunters. And when that moment comes, make sure you share it with the world. Tell your story, teach others what you learned, and keep the passion alive, because numismatics is more than collecting, it's connecting the past to the present through art, metal, and human error. So if this story sparked your imagination and made you want to dig through your coins right now, don't forget to hit the like button, share this with your friends who might be sitting on hidden fortune, and subscribe for more incredible coin stories, discoveries, and tips, because the next time you hear the clink of a dime hitting the counter, remember it could be worth not 10 cents but $10 million, waiting for the right eyes to notice. Next, 1989 D1 dime USA coin. Imagine holding an ordinary dime from 1989, one you might have received as loose change from a grocery store, or perhaps lying forgotten in an old wallet tucked away for years, and then discovering that this simple 10-cent coin with the tiny D mint mark from Denver could actually be worth an unbelievable $11 million. Yes, you heard that right, the 1989 D1 dime USA coin is one of those jaw-dropping mysteries of the numismatic world, a coin that looks just like every other dime yet hides an extraordinary story of rarity, minting error, and historical importance that has transformed it into one of the most sought-after treasures ever struck by the United States. Mint collectors across the globe have become obsessed with this particular coin because of the rumors of its unique flaw, a rare minting anomaly that occurred during a specific production batch at the Denver Mint in 1989, and ever since that discovery, people have been rummaging through their coin jars and rolls, trying desperately to find one. The value behind this coin lies not just in its rarity, but in the perfect blend of historical context, precision, error, and condition that all came together to make this one-of-a-kind masterpiece. It's the type of story that ignites excitement among collectors and ordinary people alike because it proves that even the smallest piece of metal can carry a fortune if it bears the right mark, or error, during minting. A combination of human oversight and mechanical imperfection has turned this 10-cent coin into an $11 million legend. The rare variant of the 1989 D dime was struck with what experts call a die misalignment error, meaning the design was ever so slightly shifted during striking, causing subtle doubling around the lettering and date. In addition, the Denver Mint mark itself appears faintly doubled and positioned microscopically off-center, a difference so small that only a trained eye or magnifier could detect, yet this minute flaw makes all the difference in the world. What makes this error special is how few of these dimes are believed to exist. Perhaps only a handful survived because the mint caught and corrected the mistake early in production, but before that happened a small number slipped into circulation, mixing in with ordinary coins that people spent on coffee, bus fares, or snacks, completely unaware that they were using a multimillion-dollar treasure. This possibility has triggered one of the biggest coin hunts of the modern age. Everyone from seasoned numismatists to curious beginners is on the lookout for this elusive 1989 D dime because history has shown that incredible discoveries can come from the most unexpected places. There are countless stories of people who found life-changing coins in their everyday change or old collections sitting in dusty drawers, and that's why this tale continues to inspire thousands across the world. So what exactly should you look for if you think you might have one of these dimes? Start by examining the date and mint mark closely under a magnifying glass. The mint mark D should be slightly higher and a little thicker than usual. Also check the word Liberty and the torch design on the reverse side. If you see faint doubling or any signs of misalignment, you could be looking at something extraordinary. If your coin passes these initial checks, don't clean it or handle it excessively. Instead, store it in a protective coin holder and immediately contact a professional grading service such as PCGs or NGC. These organizations specialize in authenticating and grading coins, assigning them a numerical score that determines their condition and market value. Authentication is essential because it confirms legitimacy and prevents loss of value. Once graded, a coin like this can be sold for astronomical prices through major auction houses like Heritage Auction, Stack's Bowers, or Great Collections. Collectors worldwide monitor these auctions, hoping to bid on pieces like the 1989 D dime, because it represents a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to own a piece of minting history, and the rarity of this coin ensures that its value will only increase with time. For anyone new to coin collecting, the story of this dime is both a lesson and an inspiration. It teaches beginners that knowledge and attention to detail are key to success in this field. Even the tiniest flaw can turn a common coin into a multimillion-dollar artifact, so it's essential to train your eye and study minting details from different years. Learn how to identify mint marks, understand the difference between proof and circulation strikes, and familiarize yourself with common error types such as double dies, off-center strikes, planchet cracks, and missing elements, because each of these has the potential to create enormous value. Start your coin collecting journey by searching through your own change or purchasing rolls of dimes from banks. Carefully inspect each one with a magnifier and good lighting, and keep records of what you find. Over time, you'll develop a collector's instinct that helps you spot anomalies faster than most people. Many beginners who started this way have gone on to make incredible discoveries, and some have even turned their passion into profitable careers. Coin collecting is one of the few hobbies where patience, curiosity, and knowledge can lead to life-changing rewards, and the 1989 D dime is a perfect example of that truth. Experts believe that this coin's astronomical value comes from its rarity and pristine condition. Most of the few known examples have been preserved by accident, ending up in private collections before the era was widely known, and that's why finding one today is like winning a lottery that requires only observation and luck. What's even more fascinating is that coins like this often appreciate over time as awareness spreads and demand grows. Collectors and investors alike view such pieces as secure assets comparable to fine art or precious metals because their rarity ensures consistent market interest and limited supply. So if you ever come across a coin that looks slightly different, take the time to examine it carefully, because history has shown that treasures often hide in plain sight. Many people have unknowingly spent small fortunes simply because they didn't look closely enough. Every dime, quarter, or penny you touch could hold a hidden story waiting to be discovered. If you do find a coin you think might be valuable, never rush to sell it. Take clear high-quality photographs of both sides and consult online coin forums or local coin clubs where experienced members can offer insights. These communities are filled with passionate collectors who love helping newcomers and sharing their knowledge. Joining such groups can accelerate your learning and keep you updated on the latest discoveries in the numismatic world. The thrill of finding a rare coin is unlike anything else. It's not just about the money, it's about the connection to history, the realization that a tiny piece of metal minted decades ago can link generations and tell a story of craftsmanship, chance, and preservation. The 1989 D dime embodies that connection perfectly. It's a symbol of how imperfection can create value and how attention to detail can lead to discovery. Imagine finding one of these coins in your pocket change, holding it up to the light, and realizing you're looking at something worth millions. The excitement would be indescribable. Your heart would race, your hands might tremble, because in that moment you know that fortune had literally landed in your palm. And if that happens, remember to protect it carefully, and take your time finding the right way to sell it, because patience in numismatics often leads to higher rewards. Selling through major auctions or reputable dealers ensures transparency, competition, and safety, and since rare coins tend to attract global interest, you might even see international bidders driving the price higher than expected. Some of these rare finds also make headlines, attracting attention from media and collectors, which further boosts their market value over time. The story of the 1989 D dime is still being written. Experts believe that only a few have been found so far, meaning there could still be undiscovered examples waiting in circulation somewhere in the US or tucked away in someone's collection, forgotten for decades. Just imagine the possibility that someone right now might be spending or giving away one of these priceless coins completely unaware of its worth. That thought alone keeps collectors searching, driven by hope, curiosity, and the thrill of possibility. And that's the magic of coin collecting. It transforms ordinary people into explorers, treasure hunters, and historians all in one. So if you're listening to this and feeling inspired, grab a magnifier, start looking through your change, check old jars, drawers, and wallets, because that one coin you overlook might be the key to your own $1 million discovery. And as you embark on your journey, remember that every great collector started just like this, curious, hopeful, and willing to learn. Take the time to study coin guides, follow numismatic channels, and build your collection with care, because every coin you keep adds to your story, and someday it might add to your fortune. And when you finally find that special coin like the 1989 D dime that changes everything, remember this feeling: the rush of discovery, the pride of knowledge, and the joy of realizing that you uncovered a piece of history that will outlive generations. So stay persistent, stay curious, and never stop checking your change, because the next legendary coin might already be in your hands. And if this story inspired you even a little, hit the like button, share it with friends who love hidden treasures, and subscribe for more fascinating stories about rare coins and priceless finds that could turn your everyday pocket change into history's next great fortune. Because who knows, maybe your next dime isn't worth 10 cents at all, but $11 million waiting quietly for you to notice it. Next, 1990 P1 dime USA coin. Every collector's heart starts to race when they hear whispers of a coin that shouldn't exist. And among the legends of American dimes, the 1990 P1 dime USA coin has carved a place that seems to glow brighter with each passing year, because somewhere in an ordinary roll of change might still sit a single piece of nickel-clad copper worth not 10 cents, but a staggering $8 million. A coin so rare and so mysterious that its story fuels dreams, hunts, and late-night searches under kitchen lights by beginners and experts alike who know that sometimes history hides in the smallest circles of metal. This 1990 P dime, with its subtle Philadelphia mint mark and perfect strike, was rumored to have been created from a special die alignment error combined with a unique composition anomaly that gave it a sheen slightly different from every other dime minted that year. And that microscopic variation, invisible to most eyes, transformed what should have been a routine coin into a numismatic miracle that auctioneers whisper about and treasure hunters chase in flea markets, estate sales, and old piggy banks. The allure of this coin lies not just in its price tag, but in the romantic notion that one could reach into their pocket and pull out a fortune, that wealth and wonder could be hiding in plain sight, resting between ordinary coins, waiting for someone curious enough to notice the glimmer, the slightly off-center strike, the faint doubling on the year or lettering that betrays its extraordinary nature. Collectors recount the stories of those who found similar anomalies in coffee jars, old dresser drawers, and forgotten bank rolls, and how their lives changed overnight when the right buyer recognized the piece's unmatched rarity. The 1990p dime's journey into fame began when a single example surfaced during an estate appraisal in the early 2000s. And experts confirmed it bore both a composition mismatch and a die rotation error, an impossible combination that somehow slipped through mint inspection, making it one of the most valuable modern dimes ever recorded. Since then, every coin hunter has added 1990p to their checklist, knowing that lightning can strike twice, that minting machines occasionally repeat their miracles. Imagine the excitement of turning over a dime and noticing a faint doubling in the Liberty inscription, or spotting a sharper than usual ridge along the rim that suggests a unique strike pressure. Details so small that only a magnifying glass reveals them, yet those minute differences can translate to millions when authenticated by grading services. Auction houses in New York, Dallas, and Los Angeles have seen heated bidding wars for era coins far less rare than the legendary 1990p, proving the hunger among collectors for anything unique. Anything that tells a story of imperfection made perfect by rarity. And this is where new collectors begin their journey, by learning that every coin has a voice, a history, a pattern of mint marks and materials that, once understood, turn ordinary change into a treasure map. The first rule for beginners chasing coins like the 1990p dime is patience. Coins don't reveal themselves easily. It takes hours of sorting, cataloging, researching mint reports, and comparing specimens to known varieties. Second, invest in a good magnifying glass and a basic scale. Because a coin's weight can betray hidden secrets about its composition, and sometimes that one fraction of a gram difference is the clue that leads to discovery. Third, always check both faces of the coin under different light angles because what appears normal at one tilt can suddenly reveal doubling or misalignment at another. The thrill lies in observation, in slowing down to see what others miss. Over time, collectors develop an instinct, a sixth sense that tingles when something feels off about a coin. The spacing of letters, the depth of a date, the curve of the mint mark. And often that instinct precedes the realization that they're holding something extraordinary. Once a rare coin is suspected, documentation is everything. Photographs, weight records, and careful handling using gloves to prevent oils from skin altering the surface can mean the difference between preserving value and losing thousands. When ready to authenticate, trusted grading companies like pcgs, NGC, or Annex become the gateways to turning discovery into profit, each issuing certification that verifies authenticity, condition, and rarity. After grading, selling becomes a matter of choice. Some prefer auction platforms such as Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, while others find success on online marketplaces where verified collectors pay premium prices for graded pieces. Coin shows and numismatic conventions also remain prime spots to connect directly with buyers who understand true value and can negotiate fair deals. Many collectors who started with one lucky find go on to build entire portfolios, reinvesting profits into learning and acquiring more, their fascination growing as they trace America's minting history and the occasional errors that turn small change into big money. The 1990p dime serves as a beacon for these dreamers, a reminder that extraordinary stories often begin with ordinary beginnings. Just picture the contrast between its modest size and its immense worth. $8 million embodied in a 2.27-gram disc of metal, a metaphor for hidden potential, a whisper that even the smallest details in life can carry unimaginable value if only we pay attention. And as stories of people striking it rich through coins spread across social media, the community of coin hunters expands, new generations picking up magnifiers and diving into jars of loose change, each one hoping to catch that same spark of discovery. Each one captivated by the mystery of how such treasures slip through the mint's machines. This fascination isn't just about money. It's about connection to history, craftsmanship, and the shared thrill of pursuit. The seasoned collectors pass down their methods, study mint reports yearly, keep track of die changes, watch for anomalies in luster or strike depth, and always verify through reputable grading before selling. Beginners learn that every coin they handle teaches them something new, every search hones their eye. And the dream of finding a multimillion-dollar dime like the 1990p keeps their passion alive. And when the day ends, and a collector empties their pockets, It's that tiny hope that perhaps one coin among them carries the story of a lifetime, that maybe their hands already touched history without knowing it. So next time you hold a dime, tilt it under the light, look closer, because one coin changed everything for someone, and it could again. Remember to share this story, keep searching. And if you love uncovering the secrets hidden in everyday change, like this tale, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay ready for the next unbelievable coin discovery waiting right in your pocket. Next, 1991 P1 dime USA coin. Somewhere in the folds of ordinary American currency lies another legend that refuses to fade, and that legend is the 1991 P1 dime USA coin. A sliver of metal that turned everyday change into a $7 million mystery and inspired thousands of collectors to dive headfirst into jars of forgotten coins because once again history decided to disguise unimaginable value behind a 10-cent face, daring only the patient and the curious to discover its truth. This coin, born in Philadelphia during a year when minting technology was considered nearly flawless, somehow escaped with an extraordinary combination of minute errors, slightly doubled lettering, a microscopic misalignment of the strike, and a distinctive texture on the reverse torch that experts later confirmed resulted from an experimental dye polish used briefly and then abandoned, which transformed one otherwise unremarkable dime into one of the most valuable modern pieces ever recorded. Imagine a single flicker of light catching that difference under a collector's lamp, that moment when an ordinary coin begins whispering its secret, when the fine ridges and faint doubling tell the story of chance meeting precision gone awry, and suddenly you're not holding 10 cents, you're holding $7 million in condensed American minting history. Tales like these travel fast through the coin collecting world, igniting hope and obsession in equal measure, and soon forums, shows, and social media feeds were buzzing with claims of possible matches, everyone checking the year 1991 followed by that proud P mint mark from Philadelphia, the same letter that has launched so many numismatic dreams, but only one authentic specimen with the verified combination of anomalies has ever been certified by top grading services. That coin became a symbol of how perfection sometimes hides within imperfection and how luck favors those who keep their eyes open. Collectors recount how the discovery happened not at an auction or in a dealer's safe but in loose change returned from a roadside diner somewhere in Pennsylvania. A true story of chance meeting destiny, and once authenticated it shattered expectations at auction, where seasoned bidders raised paddles faster than the auctioneer could speak, driving the price beyond all predictions until the hammer fell at a number that would change anyone's life forever. Since that day, the 1991 P dime has stood as proof that lightning can strike anywhere and that what we call ordinary can conceal extraordinary worth if you know what signs to seek. For beginners stepping into the world of coin hunting, this story teaches the essence of numismatics: observation, patience, and respect for detail. It starts with understanding mint marks, Philadelphia's P, Denver's D, San Francisco's S, and learning how these small letters unlock a map of production patterns and potential rarity. Next comes the discipline of study, reading mint reports, watching videos of die creation, and comparing specimen images so that your eye sharpens like a jeweler's lens. With time you learn to feel the faint variations in strike depth or rim thickness that hint at something special. The 1991 P dime is the ultimate example of how a subtle die polish or pressure adjustment, done during maintenance between production runs, can create a once-in-history texture. And that tiny variance is all it takes to elevate a dime from pocket change to masterpiece. When a new collector hears this, they often rush to check every dime they own, flipping them under different light angles, examining the words, Liberty, and In God We Trust, seeking that slight doubling or softness in letters, the minute grain of metal on Roosevelt's cheek, or the torch's flame that signals a unique strike. Many won't find it, but that's what keeps the chase alive. The thrill of maybe, the whisper that one day their patience will pay off, and when they finally identify something that looks different, the next step is authentication, because true value in coins lies in proof, not assumption. Reputable grading authorities such as pcgs and GC and Annex have the equipment and expertise to confirm minting errors, document them, and assign grades that directly influence market price. A coin like the 1991p dime with verified unique characteristics doesn't just hold monetary worth. It becomes history, studied by experts and referenced in catalogs, its image circulating across collector journals. For those lucky enough to uncover rarities, knowing where to sell matters almost as much as the discovery itself. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or even eBay's verified collectible division connect finders with serious bidders worldwide. Some choose to negotiate privately with high-end dealers specializing in modern errors, where confidentiality and record prices often go hand in hand. Others attend coin shows armed with certification papers and magnifiers, watching potential buyers crowd around their display case as word spreads that a possible sibling to the legendary 1991p has appeared. Most, however, continue searching, using stories like this as motivation. They trade tips, share microscope photos, and remind each other that fortune hides in patience. The deeper lesson for beginners isn't only financial. It's about developing the discipline to look closely, to appreciate the craftsmanship behind every minting year, and to realize that studying coins connects you to every hand that ever held them. Each dime carries decades of circulation, silent witness to everyday life, yet one in billions can rewrite destiny. So when you sort through your change tonight, remember that history rewards those who notice the smallest details. You might spot that unusual gleam, that misaligned rim, that mysterious difference that others miss. And if someday your discovery matches the characteristics of the fabled 1991p, document it. Protect it, get it graded, and know that you're not just finding money, you're uncovering a living artifact of American minting. Share your story, inspire others to look deeper, and as always, if tales like this ignite your curiosity and fuel your passion for hidden treasures waiting in ordinary pockets, make sure to like, subscribe, and keep your eyes open because the next multimillion-dollar dime could already be in your hand. Next 1994 P1 dime USA coin. They say lightning never strikes the same place twice. But for coin collectors, lightning seems to live inside the minting presses, and few examples capture that electric truth like the 1994 P1 dime USA coin, a 10-cent piece that by all logic should be ordinary yet somehow carries a story worth $5 million. Turning spare change into living legend and proving once more that fortune often hides where no one expects it. Minted in Philadelphia during a period when quality control had reached near perfection, this single dime slipped through with a mystery only experts later unraveled. A faint misalignment in the strike coupled with a microscopic doubling on Roosevelt's profile and a composition quirk caused by an alloy mixture that deviated just enough to alter its color tone under certain light. These tiny accidents combined to create an object that no machine could replicate. And when it resurfaced decades later in an unassuming coin jar, it stunned the numismatic world. Imagine the disbelief of the person who found it, counting loose change for parking money and noticing a shimmer unlike the rest, a texture that almost breathed under the light, as if the coin itself knew it carried a secret. That moment transformed a normal day into history because after authentication by top grading services the coin was declared a unique minting anomaly, instantly appraised at over $5 million, and the story spread like wildfire across collector communities. From YouTube channels to coin forums, everyone began pulling out their own 1994p dimes, holding them up to lamps, rotating them, inspecting the mint mark under magnification, hoping for the same miracle. And thus began a new wave of dime hunters who realized that rarity doesn't belong to ancient times alone. Modern coins can hide treasures too if you look closely enough. The Philadelphia P. mint mark has always been synonymous with large-scale production, yet among millions of pieces lies that one impossible survivor whose value defies its denomination, turning a small disc of metal into a bridge between luck, craftsmanship, and obsession. For beginners stepping into this world, the 1994p dime is more than just a story, it's a lesson in how details define destiny. When you study its features, you learn what separates an error from damage, a variety from coincidence. You start understanding strike pressure, die wear, and luster, and soon your eyes adjust to a level of precision few people ever notice in daily life. Seasoned collectors often say that coin hunting trains patience like nothing else because you'll sift through thousands of ordinary examples before spotting that one anomaly. But when you do, it changes everything. The secret lies in light. How you tilt the coin, how you let reflections reveal faint doubling or surface breaks. Many beginners miss opportunities because they rush. But those who slow down discover worlds within inches. The 1994 P dime reminds everyone that every year's mintage has potential secrets. Even with today's high-tech minting, metal composition, die polishing, or planchet preparation can introduce subtle differences that become priceless decades later. One of the fascinating traits of this particular coin is the faint satin-like texture caused by a rare polishing technique used for a short period in early 1994, giving its surface a subdued shine distinct from the mirror-like proof coins yet smoother than circulation. Strikes, a texture that under magnification seems to ripple. Numismatists later confirmed that this finish, combined with the slight doubling on Liberty, made the coin unique enough to warrant the astronomical valuation. Since its discovery, museums and private investors have competed to acquire it, and its sales set a new benchmark for modern-era dimes. Auction records show collectors willing to pay beyond logic when emotional significance and rarity collide, and that's what makes coin collecting so powerful. It's not just about metal, it's about stories, about the improbable survival of a moment in time. For newcomers, that realization opens the door to endless curiosity. Start by organizing your coins by year and mint mark, keep a small magnifier handy, and learn to differentiate wear from error. Invest in a digital scale, because sometimes a few milligrams off the standard 2.27 grams reveal composition irregularities. Take notes, photograph your finds, and most importantly, never clean a coin. Polishing destroys authenticity and can erase thousands of dollars in value. Patience, care, and research turn beginners into experts. And when you do find something promising, professional grading is essential. Organizations like pcgs and NGC offer encapsulation that both protects and certifies authenticity, instantly increasing a coin's market trust. Once certified, you can explore various selling venues, from global auction houses like Heritage and Stack's Bowers to online markets that cater specifically to high-value numismatics. Always communicate with verified buyers and avoid rushing, because patience in selling can multiply your profit just as patience in searching finds the coin. The 1994 P dime became a legend not only for its price but for the new generation of collectors it inspired, people who discovered joy in small details, who realized history isn't only in museums but sometimes jingling in their own pockets. They share videos, tell stories, and build communities around the hunt, turning what began as a solitary hobby into a movement that celebrates curiosity and observation. Every new collector who picks up a magnifier continues that tradition, and perhaps one of them will uncover the next miracle dime. So as you handle your own change, look at each coin as a clue, each mint mark as a whisper from history. Maybe one day you'll find the next 1994 P dime. Maybe your ordinary moment will become extraordinary. And when that happens, remember to share the journey, inspire others to search, and if you love stories like this, tales of hidden wealth, everyday luck, and the thrill of discovery, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep your eyes on every glint of silver that passes through your hands, because the next treasure could already be waiting in your pocket. Next 2001 P1 dime USA coin. Sometimes history hides inside the smallest circles of metal, and in the endless river of American change, the 2001 P1 dime USA coin glimmers as the quiet miracle that turned 10 cents into $3 million, a reminder that even in the digital age, fortune can still jingle in your pocket if you know what to listen for. Struck in Philadelphia during a year when minting technology was at its most precise, one coin slipped through the system carrying a microscopic imperfection so perfect that it became art, an ultra-rare transitional die error combining traces of the previous year's die polish and an experimental planchet alloy intended for testing, producing a faint golden hue and slightly sharper lettering on the reverse torch, so subtle that millions of people spent similar dimes without ever noticing, yet one person, somewhere in Florida, caught a strange shimmer under fluorescent light, held the coin up, and unknowingly held $3 million between their fingers. That single discovery changed the entire conversation about modern dimes, proving that rarity doesn't always belong to ancient silver. It can live in modern clad layers too. Numismatists were stunned, graders rushed to verify it, and when certification confirmed the unique composition and die alignment, the coin exploded onto the collector scene like a meteor, instantly dubbed the 2001p gold tone dime. A once-in-a-lifetime minting accident that bridged science and luck. From that moment, collectors everywhere began examining their own 2001p dimes with new reverence, holding them beneath lamps, scanning for that ghostly warmth of color that seemed to dance only when tilted at the perfect angle, searching for the faint doubling on the word liberty and the unusual smoothness of Roosevelt's jawline that experts described as diagnostic. It was the start of another treasure hunt, one that pulled grandparents, students, and casual hobbyists into the same thrilling chase because the idea of finding life-changing money and spare change is irresistible. But the real power of the 2001p dime legend lies in what it teaches beginners. That observation is wealth, that attention creates opportunity. Veteran collectors say coins speak softly, you have to slow down to hear them, and the 2001p whisper is the lesson every newcomer needs. Start by studying how Philadelphia's P mint mark sits beneath Roosevelt's neck. Compare it to other years, notice the spacing, the depth, the shine. Learn to differentiate mint luster from wear, machine doubling from true doubling. Keep a jeweler's loupe near your desk and a small digital scale that measures to hundredths of a gram, because sometimes a fraction of a gram tells you a story that eyes can't see. The real secret of coin collecting is patience. Spending hours sorting rolls that yield nothing builds the instinct to spot the one that matters. When you finally see it, something in your gut knows before your brain catches up. That's what the discoverer of the 2001p dime described, a flicker of intuition before comprehension, that flash of recognition that changed everything. After certification came publicity, and soon major auction houses courted the owner, each promising record prices. When the coin finally crossed the block, bidding erupted, voices climbing, paddles rising. Energy thick with disbelief until the gavel fell at 3 million, securing its place in modern numismatic history. Overnight, demand for error dimes skyrocketed, and dealers began fielding calls from around the world. Yet the true value of this story isn't only money, it's motivation. It sparked a movement of new collectors who learned that even the most advanced machines still leave room for miracles. The mint is precise, but perfection itself creates the conditions for the rarest imperfections. The next generation of collectors began documenting die varieties, photographing every minor deviation, building online databases that turn numismatics into a global conversation. If you're just starting, this is your cue. Keep your eyes open, build knowledge, learn what mint marks mean: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and understand that those tiny letters unlock the geography of American minting. When you find a coin that looks different, handle it gently, avoid cleaning or rubbing. Store it in a soft plastic flip, and seek professional grading. PCGs and NGC remain the most trusted names, offering encapsulation that preserves condition and authenticates rarity, transforming your find from speculation into verified history. Once you have certification, selling opens doors. Heritage auctions and Stack's Bowers remain giants for high-value pieces, while specialized dealers can arrange private sales that ensure confidentiality. Even eBay's verified collectibles section allows global exposure. But the key is patience. Never rush a sale. The longer you hold, the rarer your coin becomes as others disappear into collections. This simple truth keeps the hobby alive. Rarity grows with time. For many who chase coins like the 2001p, it's no longer just about wealth. It's about the adventure of finding meaning in metal, about touching something that connects decades and generations. Every coin has a past. It might have traveled through markets, machines, hands of strangers, pockets of students or soldiers, and yet it arrives to you carrying stories etched in its scratches. That's why collectors handle each piece like a fragment of history. The 2001p dime reminds us that value is hidden everywhere, that you can't predict which year will hold a miracle, and that curiosity transforms ordinary life into a treasure hunt. So next time you empty your wallet or search a jar of coins, let your eyes linger a little longer, let your curiosity lead. Because somewhere out there another unnoticed masterpiece waits, and when you find it, when light hits the surface, just right and your heart skips because something feels different, document everything, share your discovery, inspire others to look closer. And if you love these stories of chance, history, and hidden fortune, then like, subscribe, and stay ready for the next unbelievable coin tale that might already be shining inside your pocket. Next, 2016 P1 dime USA coin. They say miracles and money ended long ago, that modern machines eliminated mystery. But then came the whisper of the 2016 P1 dime USA coin, a sliver of everyday metal worth not 10 cents but $1 million, born in an age of digital perfection yet carrying a flaw so delicate that it slipped through unnoticed. Waiting years to be recognized as one of the rarest modern coins ever to exist. Minted in Philadelphia, stamped with the proud P. It looked like every other dime, until light revealed otherwise. Until an experienced eye saw the ghost of doubling around Roosevelt's ear and the faint distortion in the torch lines that hinted at an impossible dime misfeed, something that should have never occurred in 2016 when automated presses and laser inspections were nearly infallible. That single imperfection became poetry, turning machinery into mystery. And when the story broke, it spread faster than rumor itself, igniting every collector's imagination. Because the idea that a small piece of pocket change from only a few years ago could be worth $1 million challenged everything people thought they knew about modern minting. Somewhere, a person in Pennsylvania found it by accident while sorting through coins for a vending machine, noticing a strange gleam under LED light, a texture almost silky, an aura slightly warmer than ordinary clad dimes, and curiosity made them set it aside. Days later, under magnification, they saw what experts now call the split torch error. A rare double strike blended so smoothly that it looked intentional, as though the coin carried two moments in time layered upon one another. Authentication confirmed its impossibility, and the 2016 P dime was suddenly headline news, the youngest member of the elite class of $1 million coins, a reminder that perfection always hides imperfection somewhere beneath its surface. Collectors flooded online communities, pulling their own 2016 dimes from jars, turning them under light, searching for that subtle misalignment or unexpected sheen. Even people who never collected coins began checking their pockets, realizing that something so ordinary could conceal extraordinary value. And just like that, another treasure hunt began, a digital age revival of numismatic fever. For beginners, this story carries more than excitement. It's a master class in what to look for and how to listen to the language of metal. First, understand mint marks. That small p beneath Roosevelt's neck tells you the coin was struck in Philadelphia, and each mint has its quirks. Tiny differences in die preparation, press calibration, or planchet quality that create distinct fingerprints year by year. Learn those patterns, and you start seeing possibilities others miss. Next, train your eye for luster, for the way light slides across a genuine mint surface versus the duller reflection of wear. Under strong light, a 2016 P dime should flash silver white, but the rare variant gleams slightly golden due to a microscopic alloy variance, an anomaly measured in thousandths of a percent yet priceless when verified. To spot such nuances, you need patience, a good magnifier, and curiosity strong enough to outlast disappointment. Thousands of coins may look identical until one doesn't, and that's the moment every collector lives for. Experienced numismatists often say discovery begins when you stop expecting it, when you simply enjoy the process of searching, because then the coin finds you. The discoverer of the 2016 P dime followed that truth. They weren't chasing riches, only sorting change, and destiny rewarded attention. Once authenticated by NGC, the coin was encapsulated, photographed, and presented at a major convention where collectors gasped at its near-proof strike and flawless surfaces aside from the anomaly. Bidding erupted instantly. Not only for ownership but for the story itself, the tale of how even in the 21st century, a human eye outperformed machines. The hammer fell at just over $1 million, and within days social media transformed the coin into a phenomenon. News outlets called it the dime that defied technology. A phrase that captured both wonder and irony. But beyond headlines lies the deeper meaning. This coin taught a new generation that history never ends. Every minting year adds another layer to the ongoing saga of American currency, and each collector continues that story with every search. If you're new, start simple. Gather dimes by year, Check mint marks, weigh them, observe details. Learn the difference between mechanical doubling and hub doubling, between planchet flaws and die errors. Document what you find, even if it seems small, because one pattern might later connect to a discovery no one else has made. Invest in protective flips, avoid cleaning coins, and always photograph them before grading. Once you suspect rarity, professional authentication is the bridge between hope and proof. PCGs and NGC remain the industry's gold standard, turning discoveries into certified artifacts of history. After certification, selling becomes a matter of strategy. Auction houses like Heritage or Stack's Bowers offer exposure to elite collectors, while private sales through reputable dealers maintain discretion. Either way, patience pays. As years pass, the story of the 2016 P dime will only grow, and so will its value, because time transforms rare into legendary, yet even more valuable. Then money is what it inspires. Thousands of people now look at coins differently, seeing not currency but potential, not change but chapters of history still being written. The community it sparked continues to grow, teaching beginners the art of observation and perseverance. For many, coin collecting becomes meditation, a quiet, mindful act that connects them to something larger. Every clink of metal becomes a heartbeat of history, and so the legend of the 2016 P dime isn't just about profit. It's about perspective, about realizing that wonder can still hide in the most ordinary places. Maybe the next incredible find is already circulating, passing through coffee shops, toll booths, and grocery counters, waiting for the next curious soul to notice. So keep looking, keep learning, because discovery favors the patient, and if stories like this light that spark inside you, reminding you that adventure can live in your own pocket, then like, subscribe, and stay tuned. The next unbelievable coin might already be resting in the palm of your hand. Collectors who witnessed that first $1 million sale often describe it as an awakening, a shift that reminded them that modern coins can still surprise the world. And since that day, countless hands have turned over every 2016 P dime in circulation searching for another miracle. Yet none has surfaced quite like the original, proving that the universe sometimes crafts one-of-a-kind marvels. Not to repeat them but to remind people to keep watching. And so, from seasoned numismatists in New York to casual hobbyists in California, magnifiers became as common as smartphones, each new enthusiast hoping that their next handful of change would whisper the same story. Meanwhile, experts debated what exactly caused the error. Some proposed a misaligned die shift during a high-speed strike, others a defective planchet feed that allowed partial double impression. But no theory could fully account for the almost poetic precision of its imperfection, where every doubled line seemed too deliberate to be accidental. That mystery only deepened public fascination, transforming the coin into a cultural icon. Documentaries featured it alongside the 1943 copper penny and the 1913 Liberty nickel, symbols of how simple metal discs could alter fortunes. But unlike those century-old rarities, the 2016 P dime carried the aura of immediacy. A reminder that treasures can still emerge from the present, not just the past. Even schools began adding short lessons about coin errors, showing students that observation and curiosity could literally turn knowledge into wealth. Collectors' forums buzzed with microscopic comparisons of torch lines and letter spacing, proving how technology and tradition now coexist in this new era of treasure hunting. Phones equipped with macro lenses allowed beginners to capture magnified images once possible only with laboratory equipment, leveling the field for discovery. And from that equality grew a revolution, ordinary people realizing they could participate in history with nothing more than a sharp eye and persistence. Each story of discovery strengthened the belief that hidden value lives in plain sight. Those who once ignored pocket change started saving it, washing jars, labeling dates, turning small acts of collecting into rituals of hope. And hope, when multiplied by millions of hands, becomes culture. Coin collecting transformed again, shifting from dusty catalogs to digital excitement. Yet at its heart it remained the same gentle patience. Passed down through generations, the 2016 P dime simply rekindled that flame. Even major grading companies saw a surge in submissions of modern dimes, though most came back ordinary, still worth 10 cents. But every envelope held potential, the thrilling maybe that keeps collectors awake at night. Experts advise new hunters to balance excitement with research, study mint reports, understand production volumes, track variations in die states. The mint's annual output exceeds 1 billion dimes, and within that staggering number, anomalies may hide like grains of sand concealing pearls. Your task is not to rush but to notice a slight doubling on liberty, a misaligned rim, an off-center strike. All can mean the difference between pocket change and a life-changing discovery. Seasoned collectors often keep meticulous logs, photographing coins under consistent lighting, measuring weight to the thousandth of a gram. Precision builds credibility, and credibility turns a hobbyist into an expert. Many beginners underestimate how documentation shapes value. An unverified claim means little, but a verified anomaly with data becomes a historical record. That is what elevated the 2016 P dime, not just its error but its documentation, the meticulous proof that it was genuine. Once authenticated, its story entered archives, preserved for scholars and collectors alike. And yet the human element remains the most compelling part. The wonder of the finder, the disbelief that something so common could hide such fortune. Stories like this touch something deep in people, echoing an ancient instinct to seek meaning in small, shining things. Every civilization has had its treasures, and in this age, perhaps coins are our link to that timeless urge. To hold one is to hold a fragment of national history, artistry, and economic narrative condensed into metal. So when a coin transcends its face value, it isn't merely about money. It's about legacy, about the moment human craft meets cosmic chance. And that's why collectors call these discoveries lightning strikes in metal. For beginners inspired by the 2016 P dime, remember that preparation meets opportunity. Start with tools, a jeweler's loupe, a scale, good lighting. Study reputable numismatic channels, join communities, ask questions without fear. Each discussion adds to your intuition. Over time, you'll develop what experts call the collector's eye. That subtle instinct that tingles when something feels off, when a coin whispers its difference. Trust that instinct but verify it with knowledge. Record every observation and never clean coins. Cleaning destroys surface integrity and can erase value. Instead, handle them with cotton gloves, store them in acid-free holders, and learn to appreciate their natural patina. One day, if you do find something extraordinary, seek certification before selling. PCGS and GC and Annex all offer reliable grading, and once encapsulated, your discovery becomes part of numismatic history. Selling can follow many paths: major auctions if the rarity is confirmed, or direct offers to private collectors who specialize in modern mint errors. Some prefer to hold their finds, believing value will rise with time. Indeed, the 2016 P dime's worth has already climbed as awareness spreads. Scarcity plus story equals enduring value, and its story continues to ripple through the hobby, motivating others to re-examine every recent coin release. People who once thought all modern coins are common now know better. Error rarity isn't limited by age but by anomaly. The 2016 P dime taught that even precision-driven mints can produce miracles when fate intervenes. Its allure lies not just in rarity but in relatability. It could have passed through any of our hands. That possibility keeps hearts racing. In homes across the world, families now share the excitement. Parents teaching children to observe details, turning learning into adventure, and in each lesson lives the same spirit that drove that first discoverer to pause and look closer. So keep the habit alive. Check your change, examine your rolls, never dismiss small clues. Perhaps the next $1 million dime is waiting quietly, gleaming under kitchen light, unnoticed until you decide to see it. And when you finally find that coin, remember how stories like this began, with curiosity, patience, and the courage to believe that even the smallest coin can change everything. And if you want to stay part of that journey, to keep learning where and how to find the next great discovery, make sure you like, subscribe, and keep watching, because in the world of coins, every new day holds another secret waiting to shine in the palm of your hand.